another exciting episode of As the River Churns.
It never gets old, does it?
It never gets old, no. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It feels like Friday to me.
It does.
And I think it's because of the event last night.
It must have been.
You know?
Yes.
That was 2 days worth at least.
That was...
You're right.
It was draining. I mean, it was great. But it was draining, right? I mean, I think it was a great event, though, right?
Freddie Bob is too pooped. I mean that literally.
I bet he did.
He had too many nacho boxes, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, those nacho boxes were good.
He outdid himself.
Yeah, that was great. So, well, we'll talk more about that in a little bit. You all going to turn the time over here?
It is time,
Okay.
yes.
We prepped for this, and we almost missed it again.
I know it. Oh.
Oh, there
Okay.
we go.
We should have done that last night.
We'd have had to turn over a couple times.
Oh.
Or were you saying that just because you thought Freddie Bob was a little long-winded and needed to go a little fast?
He was a little slow, wasn't he?
He was a little slow.
Yeah.
He was a little slow, but that's okay.
Well, now remind us, Freddie Bob was your uncle, right?
Uncle, yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
And I hear he told you all to call me Kenny Bob.
He did say to
did.
call you Kenny Bob. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you
Where
think
did that
about
come from?
I don't know. Everybody's got a Bob name in our family, except for Sherman.
It's not Sherman Bob?
It's not Sherman Bob.
Oh.
All right. Well,
We like to call Sherman the smart one. The family.
well, he is pretty smart.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Except when he came on the show. Decided to go out with Darla May. So,
Yeah.
Oh.
so Lisa, where was our photo of the day from?
It was from Carrie Gustafson,
Yeah.
and it was the raccoon picture. We thought that was pretty cute.
Yeah,
So,
that was a great
yep,
picture.
that was a good picture, so thank you for sending that.
Yes.
And we need to apologize for yesterday.
You mean for Freddie Bob?
Well, no,
Oh, you're
not.
talking about something else.
That goes without saying.
Yeah, we always have to put out like big public apologies after
We
Freddie
do,
Bob
we
or
do.
Billy Bob or
We should just do it ahead of time.
Yes.
Ken Bob.
time.
I agree.
We just put a warning on you.
Okay.
Warning. No, we actually, we were supposed to show the honeymooners yesterday at 3 o'clock,
Right.
and I wish I could say we had technical difficulty, but we didn't.
Maybe they were behind closed doors,
We-
the honeymooners, and we decided not to show that because of that.
We just got busy yesterday setting up for the raffle.
We did.
So I apologize that that happened. We will show them again next week.
Yeah,
So,
there you go.
we'll do it again, but we are sorry that happened.
I'm
So-
surprised you apologized because I thought we were going to say something about if you didn't see the honeymooners, it was great yesterday, it was fantastic, and that would have led to a lot of phone calls saying, wait a minute, it wasn't on, you know. And we could have had a lot of fun with that, don't you
We
think?
could have.
People be buying new TVs and everything. I mean, you never know what would happen
Sure.
with something like
And
that.
they wouldn't have called us. They would have called Cindy. So we
Perfect.
should have done that. Oh.
I would never do that to you, boss.
There you go.
You do other things, though.
Yes, yeah, I'd suck up in other ways.
Oh.
Now, Lisa,
Yes.
Jill had this challenge going where she was going to pull, for those that bought raffle tickets that were part of her workout sessions, she was going to pick a winner to be up on stage with us. And we
She did.
offered the same thing to a lucky winner,
We
right?
did, to be a guest on this show.
And so you're going to announce today, I've been waiting for this for
Okay.
a while now. You're
Are
going to
you
announce
ready?
today who that person
Oh, my.
Okay.
I'm excited.
So
Okay.
who is it?
It is nobody. Nobody put their name in the pot to be on our show.
Oh.
I'm not sure why. So if you bought a raffle ticket and you still want to have a chance, call me. Call me. We'll get you on next week.
I don't know. It sounds like Kenny Bob might have had a reason why we didn't get anybody on the show.
And he will not be on, so don't be afraid.
That's right.
It's okay.
We'll pick
You
another
can have
Tom
this
day.
chair right here.
It's sad
Okay.
to say we had nobody, Tom.
Well, that's just the way it goes.
I
Lisa.
know.
Well,
Stardom sometimes affects people adversely.
Okay.
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
I mean, it could launch
You're
them on a
right.
completely different career path or something.
it could.
That's true.
Yes, good point.
Okay.
All right. How about our trivia question for today?
Okay, the trivia question today is from Tom Burleson.
Yes.
And he said this is a hard one. I had no idea. So
Oh, this is a hard one.
this is a hard one.
I've
I
seen
mean, it
this
should
movie.
be. Tom knows lots of trivial things.
Well, he does. He's a smart guy. So
Oh, there must be an inside joke there somewhere.
I'm sure. But before we do the question, the winner today will get one of our fruit boxes.
Oh.
So that, you all know, that's a great box. It has, I think, blueberries, strawberries, mangoes, kiwi, all the good stuff in it.
All
So
that
it's,
good
it's
stuff.
a great, it's
It
a
is
great
great.
box.
It's a great
Fruit
box.
bats, too.
Fruit bats, no bats, no bats. So the question is, what was the name of the newspaper in the movie Who Shot Liberty Valance? So what was the name of the newspaper in the movie Who Shot Liberty Valance? I'll have to admit I don't know what Liberty Valance was.
Oh,
I
it's a
didn't
great
know.
movie. Let's
Okay,
see, it's-
I didn't know that.
That's John Wayne, isn't it? John Wayne was in that movie, wasn't he? And
Yeah, if you can tell who shot Liberty Vance, you get extra credit. In addition to answering the question.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There was a lot of stars in that movie. That was a pretty popular
Yep.
movie.
But I think this will be a hard one. What was the name of the newspaper in the movie?
Yeah, I think
So that-
Tom's edging for a fruit box.
He
today.
might
What do
be,
you think?
because we all know if nobody gets it, he gets the prize. So-
Tom, you got a good shot at this, buddy. I
Yep.
think you might get it. So,
And so we're going to open the lines here. And before I do this number was used last night, Tom.
was it really?
Okay.
I don't remember any numbers being shared last night at all.
And it was the number Jill. You could reach Jill by this number.
Yes.
Well, Michelle's got a lot of calls for Jill today because they think that's Jill's number now.
Ah.
So just so you know, it's really Michelle when you're calling this number. So here we go. 336-389-4103. And you're calling Michelle if you know the answer to the name of the newspaper.
And there are no second chances on this one.
No second chances. No. 336-389-4103. And Michelle is not budging right now. So we have no
Oh.
callers yet.
Phone lines are still open at this
Yep,
moment.
phone lines
I
are
tell you,
still open.
I think this is a tough one.
This is a hard one.
I would not have gotten this one myself, that's for sure. So, okay, well, while people are researching that,
That's right.
let's talk a little bit about the coronavirus and do a little bit of update with our statistics
Are we
today.
going to announce the winners from last night first?
Well, we will, but we're going to get back to that.
Oh, okay.
We'll
okay.
come back to that.
Okay.
Bruce Rob. That's
Because I'm
part
so
of
excited.
I know you. I
know.
appreciate that. Since
Yes.
you missed it last night,
Yeah. I couldn't be.
you know, I noticed that anytime you have a relative here, you're not around. So
I was watching Freddie Bob's dog.
were you?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
The the one that's on Viagra.
That's the one.
Tom, don't ask any more questions.
Yeah, I know. I shouldn't ask any
keep going.
questions. I should just stop that. So, okay. So again, our numbers come from North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. As of today, 164,482 completed tests have been done in the state of North Carolina, of which 12,758 have been positive. So the number of tests increased by 18,000 since Monday. So that's a lot of tests in the last 2 days. Unfortunately, our number has gone up by 910, but with that many tests, you would expect that.
Sure.
This is the cool thing, though. You know, remember how we've been talking about the confirmed cases versus the test, and we've been saying it's been running around that 8.1 to 8.5 range? Well, it's dropped down a little bit to 7.8%. So we actually dropped
okay.
below 8% as of today. So I think that's really good. I think that's a good sign. Unfortunately, we have 477 total deaths in the state. That's 47 more than what we were on Monday. We have 516 people with the coronavirus in the hospital. That's a slight increase over Monday. That's 18 more, but still running around that 450 to 550 mark. Been pretty steady. And then, as we mentioned on Monday, we're still at 99 out of the 100 counties and that have it, and Avery is still holding out at this point. So hopefully for them, they can continue to do that. And then just some of the county numbers. Mecklenburg, which is where Charlotte is, has the most number. They're at 1,850. That's 116 cases more than what it was Monday. Wake is next at 937. That's 46 more. Let's see, who's next? Durham is 793. That's 26 more. and Wayne County is at 687. That's 2 more than Monday. And then closer to us here, Guilford went from 443 to 507 in the last 2 days. So we've actually had a positive 64. That's a little higher than what we typically have had here. And Forsyth went from 271 to 308, which is 37 more than what we had on Monday. So, I expect that as the testing continues to ramp up, we'll see these numbers continue to go up. I don't see how it's possible that it couldn't. And then the other thing we look at is the, again, just looking at the nursing homes and residential care facilities. Of the 12,758 confirmed cases, 2,314 have come from nursing homes and residential care facilities in our state. That's 97 more than what it was on Monday. Unfortunately, also, we have 269 deaths of the 477 have come from nursing homes and residential care facilities. That's staying steady at 56% of the total deaths. And let's see, the total number of nursing homes and residential care facilities that have an outbreak. Remember, they have to have 2 reported cases or more to be considered having an ongoing outbreak. And we're at 85 now, and that's 6 more than what we were on Monday. But just looking at, again, the counties that represent those 6, and by the way, they were all in the nursing homes. There were no additional ones in the residential care facilities. Guilford has stayed the same since Monday, so it's that hasn't changed at all. And I'm just looking. It looks like Forsyth, actually, there's a nursing home in Forsyth that has made the list as of today that wasn't on there on Monday. So that's kind of an update on the numbers at this point. I'm sure a lot of you may have seen the governor speaking yesterday and announcing that as of Friday at 5 o'clock, we are going to be going into phase 1 of bringing us back out of the stay-at-home order. We've been looking at that phase a lot today, and most of you probably have done your own looking at it as well. There's a couple little cheat sheets out there that are kind of nice to kind of see, to show you what the differences are, and there's not a lot of differences. I mean, I'm looking at this list, and some of the bigger things that are on here is under commercial activity, that they're going to be opening more businesses. I think that's probably the biggest thing out of phase 1. In my opinion, that's the biggest thing out of phase 1. Where it was before, where people should only leave home for essential purposes, you can leave home for more commercial activity because more businesses are opening. And then under the retail section, the stay-at-home order has a 20% capacity allowed in stores, and that's going to go up to 50% as long as they are doing adequate cleaning and social distancing. A little bit less restrictions on the child care. The 10-person limit remains into effect, but there's a little bit more leniency when gathering outdoors with friends. And then the last one is just state parks and trails, and that's going from local discretion to openly being encouraged. So the state parks and the trails will be open, which I've seen that there's been a lot of use of that. With the weather being good, there's been a lot of people out. So, what does phase 1 mean for the River Landing folks? I'm going to be honest with you, it really doesn't mean a whole lot to us, because I really think that, the other thing that the governor said was that residential care facilities, nursing homes, there's not going to be much change between stay-at-home order as it is now and even phase 3. We're not going to see a ton of different things. And we've talked about this before, that, could there be some differentiation being made between the independent living residents and the nursing home residents? And so that's just something we're going to have to kind of pursue and look at. As of right now, I can tell you nothing's really going to change now, because even when we go into phase 1, there's not going to be a lot of changes for us. So please don't be expecting there's going to be a lot of change. But we'll keep an eye on this, and we're going to keep an eye on what's happening with our sister communities, what else is happening in the state with other retirement communities, and working through our contacts at our state trade association, because they're the ones that have the ear of the governor. And so we'll just kind of keep track of that. But, Lisa, the things that, that we can't do now, we still can't do.
Right, like no beauty shops.
No beauty shops, no gyms, no pools.
Unfortunately, all that's
none of that is in phase one.
Yep.
So, so really what I think phase one does for us, quite honestly, is gives us hope. We are now starting to step back a little bit, and albeit a small step back, but a step back to begin with, which I think is great. And, when we start getting up into the higher phases here, I think there's be some more possibility and room for us to maybe make some minor adjustments to what we're doing. And so we'll just kind of
And isn't this phase, is it 2 to 3 weeks, what they anticipate?
Yeah, I think it just depends on how the numbers go, right? So we'll see. I personally think that we're going to be in this phase through the end of May, and then we'll see what happens after the end of May. I've always felt like that we, with June and July, we really have some promise maybe of being able to start seeing some changes that will help just kind of loosen things up a little bit for us. So we'll see what happens with that. Okay. That's enough of the updates, I think. Okay. So we got a bunch of little comment
We have a lot of other things today. Yes, kind of some housekeeping things.
Yeah.
Don't forget to order your community T-shirt. So that information's on CareMerge, and it was also in your in-house mailboxes. You can order it through CareMerge on the forms, or you can fill out a paper copy form and turn that into the desk, I believe. So.
Yeah, and Lisa, the T-shirts that we're getting are from the same company and the same quality of T-shirt that we did for the 15th anniversary.
It is.
So we know how popular they were. We really wanted to try and stay with the same kind of shirt.
Right.
And so that's the kind of shirt that we're ordering. So.
And someday it'd be cool if we all can put our shirts on where we can come out again.
Yeah.
And we can take one large group picture outside.
Yeah, sea of color, right?
Yes, it'd be awesome to see that. So one day we will get there.
We will get there. We will get there. That's right.
Mother's Day, that's coming up Sunday.
Yes,
so we're going to have a couple changes for Mother's Day. We really felt it was important to give our staff the night off that night. They've been working Sundays where typically we used to be closed in the Water's Edge.
Right.
So we'd like to be able to give them the night off. So we're doing the nice Sunday lunch. That's the tenderloin, the beef tenderloin and the pork. So it'll be a great lunch. So we're going to give the staff the night off. So you'll only have dining options for the breakfast and lunch on Sunday. If you'd like to have a boxed meal for that night, you can pick that up during the lunchtime period on Mother's Day. So when you're coming by on Sunday and getting your lunch, you can also pick up your box supper if you'd like one. If you'd like one for us to prep for this and have the boxes ready to go, we need you to turn your order in if you would like one of those boxes. In your in-house box, there's a order form, and if you live inside, you'll turn it into the bistro. If you live outside, you'll give it to the clubhouse when you're coming by to pick up your meals. And we ask that's turned in by Friday at 1 o'clock. That way they can have all the food ordered and make sure we have the right quantities and all that good stuff to have the boxes pre-made for you. So just an option for folks, and we appreciate you all understanding that once in a while we like to give our staff a break, and they've been working pretty hard with this, and we just felt it was important to give them a break for a night.
Yeah, this is a one-night only thing. We're not planning on doing this every Sunday, at least not at the moment anyway.
Right. And we've done this before for folks that have been in our community a while on holidays. We've done this before.
I was just going to say, I remember that we've done this during the holidays.
We have. So that's something that we typically do, but we felt important to give them a night off. Along with that, our delivery team that works on Sunday nights, they also will be taking the night off, but they're going to be here from 10 to 4 for deliveries. So we'll make sure that notice is out there as well. That's just for this coming Sunday for Mother's Day. They're working a shortened schedule. It's 10 to 4 instead of 10 to 8.
Right.
So giving everybody a little bit of a break. So thank you for letting us do that.
Right.
The strawberry orders. Make sure you turn in your strawberry orders.
Oh, yeah.
This is one last time to do the pickups for you. And we've had a lot of orders already. I didn't think we'd have as
I
many
knew
this
we
time,
would.
but we have.
People love their strawberries.
People love strawberries, so
You know, and even if you got a whole gallon last time, they go fast.
sure they do. Absolutely. Scooter is still waiting on the flower delivery, so just hang in there with us. He's getting a little frustrated with this because he wanted these flowers in at least last week. So,
Yeah.
so it's pushing him a little bit here. He's really pushing the nursery that we need our flowers. So just hang in there. Scooter has not forgotten you. We're waiting on the nursery right now.
Yeah, I think it's important that people know that this is
Yes.
not Scooter's delaying this.
Correct.
This is a
Yep.
delay from the nursery.
Yep,
That's all.
yep. And then on a fun note, Tom.
Yes.
Okay. Next week is quarantine week. That's kind of hard to say.
Quarantine.
Quarantine week. It's kind of like the booths, you know.
Booths,
Yep,
yes.
yep. It's one of those
Lisa
words.
can't say booths.
I can't. I can't. So I say the benches in the bistro.
Yeah.
Because I can't say
That's because you're from Minnesota.
that must be it.
Oh, no, wait.
It's
you're not from
Wisconsin.
Minnesota. Yeah, I was just going to say, I was waiting for you to
Wisconsin.
correct me.
Cheesehead.
I mean, it's the same general area, but there is a difference.
There's a big
There's a
difference between
difference.
Wisconsin and
Yes.
Minnesota. We know that, Lisa.
Yes.
We
Remember
know.
the toilet paper museums in Wisconsin.
That's right.
So
that's
there
how I
is a
keep 'em- That's how I
difference.
keep them separated. Yeah.
Okay, so that information's been on Care Merge. It's been in your in-house mailboxes. But Cindy wanted to make sure I remind you all because it's going to be a big week. It's staff and residents. Monday, you're supposed to wear something that represents your hometown.
Uh-oh.
So what would that be, Tom? What would that be for you?
I should be wearing like a crab outfit or something. So I'm from the Baltimore area, right? So
Crab outfit.
where people
Okay.
just call me a crab. They call me that anyway sometimes. it'd be
So you
very
would have a crabby
appropriate.
I
shirt
think it's
on?
crabby. Yeah.
Oh, it's crabby. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Thank you.
Tuesday, your dress is your favorite decade.
Favorite decade.
Yes.
Wow.
So like the 80s. Now that would be fun.
Yeah, that
Right?
would be.
Can we just leave out the 70s? I mean, living through the 70s was hard enough.
Was
the
it
first
hard
time.
enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please
Well,
no bell bottom.
don't-
I thought you'd come like John Travolta or something like that, or
No, I did in the time. I don't want to do it again.
And then Wednesday, it's Twin Day. Pick a friend and dress alike, but keep your social distance.
yes.
So, okay.
I don't have to invite Billy Bob, do I?
Oh, gosh, no.
Okay,
No,
good.
Just Kenny
That
Bob.
might be interesting.
Just Kenny Bob.
To see us together?
It
yeah,
might
yeah.
be.
It's a little overwhelming, yeah.
And then Thursday. Now, Tom, this is one I know you're looking forward to.
Yes.
You ready?
Yes.
Dress like your favorite animal.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now, we talked about this
Yeah.
before, but there's a big show on Netflix called Tiger King.
Tiger King.
I don't know
yes.
if anybody's watched that.
It is fascinating.
It
It's a little vulgar. It's got some bad language in it. But I will tell you, it's got some interesting people in it.
There's a whole nother world out there that you and I don't know
we
about.
would never know about.
We would never know unless you watch Tiger King.
Yes.
It's on Netflix. So there's some characters in there, and you might see some people dressing as tigers next week, and
Or just people from the show.
or just people from the show.
Yes, I think that would be.
So it could be interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Could be very interesting.
I think I'm going to do Burger King.
Burger King
Burger King, yeah.
for your favorite animal?
Yeah, yes, the crown, you know. A king is an animal.
Okay. Okay. Like a
You
lion.
know, I think you've been talking to Freddie Bob too much.
Uh,
Yeah.
Fried my brain.
and then Friday to end the week, wear river landing attire.
Oh yeah.
So that
A shame we won't have the shirts by then, but that's too
I
soon.
know,
Yeah.
too soon.
Yeah.
So pictures will be taken at lunchtime, clubhouse, bistro. So that's why make sure you dress up. Your picture will get taken, or you can take a picture yourself
Yes.
and send it to
a
us.
selfie.
Send it, selfie. Yes, send it to Destiny by 5 o'clock each day. And the reason you want to do this is it's a contest. So best overall participant will receive a $100 gift card from Amazon
Wow.
and a roll of toilet paper.
Wow.
Oh, man.
So it's $100 and a roll of toilet paper.
Okay.
It
So
just
which one's
kinda-
more valuable?
It just put it right over the edge. Yep. So, so it's going to be a
You
big
could do
deal
a roll
next
of
week.
$100 bills.
Oh, we can put it inside the toilet paper.
Yeah, that'd work. Just make sure when you transition, you be careful from the one to the other.
Maybe it'd be better if it was $1 bills instead of $100 bills.
Yes, $1.
$1 bills to add up to 100.
With all
See, now that would be
Is that
fun.
what you mean?
yes,
Okay.
With
okay.
due respect to George Washington.
Yeah.
That might not be very respectful.
No, it might not be.
Okay, I think that's all the...
Yeah, I mean, I had it on my list at this time to talk about, but I thought we could just kind of quickly go over the reverse raffle.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because I think it was great. We already talked about the fact about how great Freddie Bob was last
was
night.
great.
We enjoyed having him here. And Jill, as usual, did a great job as the second chance lady. And, we had great winners last night.
I understand they went streaking through the hallways last night.
I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah.
But, I think our winners last night were Barb Gustafson
Yes.
and David Allen
Yes.
and the Burkharts. So, and then I really feel bad for Ron Cashwell. I mean,
I know, if we could only found
Yeah,
who he
first
was,
of all,
where
that
he
people are
was.
calling him Ron. I feel
Ron.
bad about that.
well, as I was saying last night, maybe he changed his name.
Yeah.
Maybe
He might have.
maybe he goes by Ron, outside of Riverland.
Right.
That
Maybe.
all that is possible. So, I thought that was pretty
No
funny.
wonder he wasn't answering the phone.
I mean, Freddie Bob and I were looking at each other going, isn't it Vernon? Or who's Ron? And then I thought, well, maybe it's a staff member I haven't met before. That's
No.
what
He
I
might have
No.
a twin brother
Right.
or an
right.
uncle.
or an uncle. Yeah.
And the sad part is he's the one that said, let it ride.
He did.
Keep on going. He was the first one out.
It reminded me a lot of what happened with Tim Webster.
I know. Same
a
thing
year ago.
happened.
Exactly a year ago, Tim Webster did
did.
the same thing and he was the first one out.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah.
Well, I have kind of a funny story with Barb Gustafson.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Share it.
Because in the end, we all know she would have been the only winner.
Right,
Remember when
if
we
we'd
kept
kept
pulling
going, right?
numbers,
Yep.
she would have been the solo winner.
Right.
But I guess throughout the night, they were watching their tickets, her and her husband. And I think at some point, Carrie might have said that, oh, Barb, your number's out now. And she's like, oh, that's disappointing. And then they get further along in the game, and she looks at her ticket, and she says, no, Carrie, you're out. That's my ticket. So I thought that was pretty cute. So it was really Barb who won. It wasn't Carrie.
Barb won. Carrie did
Carrie
not.
was out.
We need to clarify
We got to clarify that.
Nice
Yes.
try, Carrie.
Well, he probably needed money for golf or something,
He
right?
did, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Well, the big news was we raised over $5,000 last
Wow.
night with the
Wow.
raffle. So,
That's amazing.
and also, Lisa, I think we're not going to mention any names, but we have some very generous residents here because some of the winners, and I'm not going to say whether it was the big winners or the ones that won the $25 and $50
Sure,
prizes,
sure.
because I think it could be a combination thereof.
Right.
But have donated some of their proceeds back to the residents, to the staff assistance fund.
That's great.
And so
That's great.
I
That's
think
amazing.
that is awesome.
Yep.
So thank you for doing that.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank
That's
you.
pretty cool that
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 is.
they've done that. So, and then the last comment I had about the reverse raffle was that Homer is not happy with me right now.
He's not.
No.
Not. And
That's
you know
hard
why,
to believe.
Tom?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't even start this. I mean, this started last Friday when Tim Webster was on the show, and we had that investigator come in,
Right.
and he's the one that called him honey cakes. I didn't make that up. I
No,
mean,
you're right.
I just happened to repeat it. And so now his son, who apparently was watching,
He watched it last night on Facebook,
is calling him honey cakes.
and it brought up a lot of questions.
Yes.
It did.
And every time he walks down the hall now, people are calling him honey cakes.
Honey cakes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yep.
Is it because he's so sweet? Maybe not.
maybe not. I don't know.
I don't think that's why.
I don't think that's why.
With his line of business, I don't think
Okay.
that's it.
Yeah.
No.
So I feel bad for him that his son now called him honey cakes,
I
but that's
know.
just the way it goes. I
Yep.
mean,
I can imagine.
I was repeating. I wasn't the one that came up with it. I just
right.
want to take.
That's right. Don't shoot the messenger.
Right.
Yep. So, but it's
Nope.
hard.
It sounds like that's a lasting kind of thing.
You
that
know,
something's
sometimes
got
those
gravitas.
nicknames hang on you forever.
They do.
You know?
They do.
I mean, I'm sure it will get old at some point,
Yeah, but right now it's
but
not.
we haven't reached that yet. Yep. So,
You know, maybe the kitchen could work on a special dessert.
Yeah.
We could call honey cakes.
Yes, that could be done in his name.
Yes. Yes.
In his honor.
Yep.
Homer Day. Yeah, honey cakes. Dessert. I love it.
And, if he's feeling very generous, he could share it with Ron Cashwell.
Oh.
All right, enough about the reverse raffle. But,
Okay.
just to say one last thing about, and I said this last night, but, with all sincerity, thank you so much for doing that. 200, we think there was 225 of the 300 tickets were resident tickets.
Yes.
We sold them out. Lisa, we sold all those tickets out in less than 2 weeks.
Yes, they were
It was
gone.
amazing. And we still had people coming to us afterwards asking for tickets.
Yep.
So just thank you for doing that. It's great. That money's going to really help us when it gets down to us trying to do the packaging event in September. So just thank you all for being a part of that. All right. Do we have any questions today?
We do, just a couple of them. And this one we've kind of addressed before, so there's not much update, but when will the gatehouse open up?
Yeah.
When will Homer pass out the car decals?
Yeah.
So,
Who?
Honey
Homer.
cake.
Homer honey
Homer.
cakes.
Yeah, Homer honey cake.
yes.
Yeah, so the gatehouse at the moment, it's actually almost ready, almost functional. We've got some more things that we're still trying to do testing-wise
Right.
to make sure that all the speed passes work and everything
Right.
else. But the reality is, until we really get loosened up more as a community here, there's no real reason to open up the gatehouse at this point. It doesn't make sense to have two entrances. And quite honestly, with all of the deliveries we've got coming into the community, it'd be very confusing to have cars come in the main
would.
entrance and have to direct them around to the clubhouse when
It
it's
would,
very
right.
simple the way we've got it set up now.
Yep.
So I don't see it opening anytime in the next, certainly not in the next 30 days. But as we feel like we're getting closer to that, that's when Homer's going to jump in
Yep.
and he's going to start handing out getting the information he needs from all the residents, and
Right.
I'm handing out those speed passes at that
Yep.
point. So
That would give us time to add a deck on that thing if you want to, Homer. Yeah.
it needs something. All it is now is a glorified bathroom, pretty much.
Oh.
Most 2/3 of it is a bathroom,
Yeah.
believe it or not.
Yeah.
So
Okay, last question. When I get an Amazon delivery, sometimes Amazon drops it off at my house, and sometimes the package gets delivered from River Landing delivery people. Can you explain why the difference?
that's a good question.
Yes, that's a great question, and I just got it clarified today because I wasn't quite sure why that could be sometimes. But if Amazon is coming in only to deliver to an outside home, so one of our cottages, they're going to deliver it right to your home. They're going to ring your doorbell. I call it ring and run. So
Right.
they're going to drop it and go. If they come into our community and they have multiple packages, which happens frequently, they have some for the main building, some for outside, they're only going to come and drop off inside.
Right.
And then they have us go and deliver the packages from there. So that's just how it's set up right now, that if Amazon has to drop off also for internal here, they do take it to our loading dock, and then they have us deliver.
So when they take it to the loading dock, though, they're not stopping and doing the outside
They're
cottages
not.
on the way.
They're
They're
not.
bringing everything back
They're bringing
around
it
to
all
the dock,
to the loading dock.
and that's why sometimes it's us delivering versus
Exactly.
the Amazon folks.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
That
You know,
makes sense.
Jeff Bezos should probably give us a little kickback on
They
that. We're
should.
saving them some time there.
You're
Yeah,
right.
guaranteed.
You're right.
I'll give him a call.
Yeah, thank you. Let us know if you get anywhere with that. So,
Oh, so that's what I found out.
yeah.
Yep.
Lisa, we also had a question. I know it's not on our list about residents wanting to, we've got our delivery service now where if residents are ordering from grocery stores, we'll go pick it up for them
Sure.
and then bring it back and deliver it to them.
Sure.
Trying to keep residents from going out unnecessarily,
Right,
basically.
Right.
So the questions come back to us. One of the questions I've seen is, what if I really want to go out and get my groceries, not go into the store, but
Sure.
make the order and actually do the pickup service like they do, where they
Okay.
come out and they put it in the back of your car. Can I do that? And the answer is yes, you can. As long as you're not getting out of your car, you can do that. I think residents are getting antsy. I
Sure.
can.
I get
we all understand why. And so
Yep.
if they're looking for another excuse maybe to go out, to be able to just be out in to exercise their vehicle,
Right.
get a
right.
grocery order, Remember, grocery order that's you call in and they
Right.
deliver to your vehicle, not one that you walk into the store for. That's okay.
Sure.
Again, because you shouldn't be having any real contact with the
You
person that's
shouldn't.
bringing
Right.
the food out and putting it in your vehicle.
True.
As a matter of fact, most of the time,
Because you have to
pop
pay
the
for it
trunk.
ahead of time.
you got to pay for it ahead of time, and they
Right.
pop the trunk and they put it in the
Right.
trunk
Sure.
and they close
Sure.
the trunk and off you go. So that's okay.
Okay. Okay.
So
And that's a big thing right now. They call it the contactless.
yes.
Any kind of service
Right.
that where you have no contact. So that
What
would
I
be-
worry about is a resident that does the pickup order, goes to the store and go, oh shoot, I forgot to put this on the list, and they get out of
Runs
their
in.
car and they go into the grocery store, and then you've just ruined everything you were trying not to do.
Sure.
So, and
Sure.
that was our biggest concern from when we set this up before.
Absolutely.
So the answer is, yes, you can do this, but we've got this delivery service now. We're going to get stuff for you. I would encourage you to keep using our folks to do that for you and keep you safe. But if you have that burning that you have to go out, then that's okay.
Okay. Very good.
Okay. Do we
Very
have
good.
birthdays today?
We do. We have one birthday today, Bobby Pace.
Bobby Pace.
Bobby.
Okay.
So, yep. So happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay.
Okay.
I don't see in here where we're going to talk to Ken. Are we going to talk to Ken at the end, or are we going to talk to Ken?
Yeah, we don't need to talk to Kenny Bob.
Want to talk to Ken?
I think this would be a good time for Ken.
Well, sure.
Right?
Right before we do the trivia, let's do it.
Sure.
Okay. All right, Ken.
Sure.
So I know you had something that you wanted to share with.
Well, yeah. NPR asked for people to call in and give expressions about what they were finding difficult about these times, and to express that as what are you learning about grief from this experience of losing this and that and the other. And here's some of the things that people wrote. I thought some of it was really quite good. What I'm learning about grief is that it sits in the space between laughs, comes in the dark, steals the warmth from the bed covers, threads sleep with thin tendrils, in a hauntingly familiar song, yet I can't remember the words. What I'm learning about grief is that it rolls like a heavy mist, settles into the crevices, lingers on the skin, visits then visits again, lurking under my chair, and when I'm not watching, reaches out her tiny claws and bats my ankles. Grief sneaks up on you. You find yourself on the couch with a well of rage living in the pit of your stomach and nowhere for it to go, and it chokes you. What I'm learning about grief, and this is just several people writing in, they just write a few lines here. What I'm learning about grief is that it's a language. Suffering is its own speech. It will not go away just because you won't look it in the eye.
Wow.
He rides shotgun when you go by old familiar places. Eventually, you will get closer and he will say, see, it's not so bad. I got your back. This pandemic, this tragedy, this fulcrum of life is a shovel, unearthing secrets we wish would stay buried. I learned that I am ashamed. I love solitude. Hard times call for soft people. There is softness in stillness, in staying home, in distractions deleted. It is togetherness that stretches great distances. What I'm learning about grief is that it can turn you into someone you don't want to be, can help you become someone you never thought you could be.
Wow.
That it's an old lover that won't leave, trying to hold your hand again, that it aches in the arches of feet, that its mother is loss and its father change. Make room for it. What I'm learning about grief, I learned a long time ago. Knead grief as you would bread. Weave grief as you would thread. I like that one.
I do too.
There is no vaccine against it. We can't develop antibodies against it. It is something I have and something you have, but in these times, it is something we have.
Wow.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
That's very good.
Very good stuff. Yeah.
That's
So we all feel it. We all experience it in different ways, and yet there are diamonds buried under that pressure, and that's what we're going to find.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think the pandemic has really just kind of changed. For me, personally, it's changed a lot of my philosophy. Not so much towards work per se, but just home and just my perspective. And it's, there's a lot of opportunity for grief to be a part of that process because you're grieving the loss of what you had, right?
Right.
And now that you have a chance to kind of think about it a little bit, have you really lost all that much? I mean, really when you start putting things in perspective, I'm not saying we haven't lost things, but I'm just, for me personally, it's just, there has been some real positives that have come out of this for me from a personal perspective. So, and I think we all just need to be looking for those diamonds, those shiny rocks.
Opportunities.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
well, good stuff. Thank you, Ken.
Thank you for
You're
sharing.
welcome. You bet.
All right, Lisa. Let's see. Do we have a trivia question winner?
Well, let me check.
Oh, I don't see Michelle down here, so I don't know if
we
she's...
do.
We have a winner. Oh,
Yes.
sorry, Tom.
I'm sorry, Tom.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, and I think this is a new winner. I don't think this person has ever won. So, let's see. The question was, what was the name of the newspaper in the movie Who Shot Liberty Valance? So the answer is the Shinebone Star newspaper. The Shinebone Star.
Shinebone Star.
And the winner today is Kathy Coe.
Kathy Coe.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think Kathy's won.
So that's great. So you will get the fruit box. We'll have Brian deliver it to you this afternoon. And he won't play Easter egg hunt with the fruit box. He will deliver it all to you in the box.
Well, how would you know?
Yeah.
Kathy will tell me.
I told him he could not hide blueberries in the yard. That's just not fair.
Oh, so no playing with this one, Brian, okay?
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great. Congratulations.
That's great. Okay, do we want to talk about, let's see, the rest of this week? Tomorrow we got some special guests coming on
We
board.
do. Wiz Horner and Jim Kalacki, and they're going to discuss the Employee Scholarship Fund, so that will be exciting.
Okay.
And then Friday, I'm not sure what we're going to be showing.
Yeah.
So we have a little problem with the USO show, the quality of it,
the recording we have is kind of cut off, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It cut off and it's really pixelated. So I think we might not be showing that because it is not the best recording.
Yeah.
So, and
We could
that's not
show-
because of the show. It was our
It
was our equipment.
Fantastic.
The show was awesome. So
How about reruns of As the World Turns, and we could just use this thing right here,
so
like sands through the hourglass.
Brian's showing me something. I think we have something picked out. He's
The
coming closer.
honeymooners.
Oh, we could show the honeymooners
Okay,
tomorrow instead
okay.
Since we didn't show
Since we missed
Friday.
the honeymooners on Tuesday, we're going to show that on Friday instead. So we promise the honeymooners will be Friday,
Barring technical
3:00.
difficulties.
barring technical difficulty or forgetfulness. So,
Or nacho boxes for that matter.
Or nacho box.
so I think we're safe. We're going to go with that for Friday. And I'm sorry we can't show the USO show. Eventually here, we're actually going to be replacing all of our recording equipment
Yes.
and all that good stuff, and so we'll be able to do better broadcasts going forward. But
Right.
we're just trying to find a time that we can shut down for a couple weeks is what it'll take to replace all this.
Right.
So we're still figuring that out. When's
Yeah.
a good time to do it?
Timing's not good right now.
Timing's not the best right now.
No.
So
We might
we'll
have to hold
get
off.
there.
We'll
We'll
get
get there.
eventually,
Yep.
so. Okay, so Ken, I don't want to steal any of your thunder. I have a story joke to be able to share.
Oh,
but,
please.
I didn't know if you wanted to have the honor.
No. I'd like to make fun of your story for a change.
Well, you might like this one.
I might.
This one's called marriage counseling.
Oh, I love it.
So after just a few years of marriage, filled with constant arguments, a young man and his wife decided the only way to save their marriage was to try professional counseling. They had been at each other's throat for some time and felt that this was their last straw. It's a good decision,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
When they arrived at the counselor's office, the counselor jumped right in and opened the floor with discussion. What seems to be the problem? Immediately, the husband held his long face down without anything to say. On the other hand, the wife began talking 90 miles an hour, describing all the wrongs within their marriage. After 5, 10, 15 minutes of listening to the wife, the counselor went over to her, picked her up by her shoulders, kissed her passionately for several minutes, and sat her back down. After that, the wife sat there speechless. He looked over at the husband, who was staring in disbelief at what had happened. I would be too. Counselor spoke to the husband and said, "Your wife needs that at least twice a week." The husband scratched his head and replied, "Well, okay, I can have her here by 3 o'clock on Tuesdays and Thursdays."
Oh, that's cute.
That's a cute one,
Yeah.
right?
The question is, will he get billed for it?
Yeah, right.
Well, who's billing who?
Yeah,
Yep.
right.
I thought that was pretty cute. So,
Very good.
well, that is another show wrap.
Yes,
Jeez.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got good one tomorrow. Ken,
do.
thanks for coming
We
out
do.
today.
You're welcome.
Weekly visit with you. Appreciate that. And so tomorrow we'll have some special guests, and we'll have a good time talking about the scholarship
Yeah,
tomorrow. So,
absolutely.
well, unless there's something else, we're going to say goodbye. Hope you all enjoy your Wednesday afternoon, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.